Hi, welcome back to the Captain's Corner. My name is Captain Rob, and this is where we share best practices and helpful tips. Today we're going to talk about anchoring. The thing to think about anchoring is there's a variety of ways to do it, and typically here in the ICW or along the Carolina coastline, if you anchor on the beach, you're probably going to use a 2-anchor setup, whereas you have 1 anchor off the bow and 1 anchor on the stern, and that allows you to stay perpendicular to the beach. Probably easier to get off and on the boat with your swim platform. And it's also very challenging because it requires people to have the knowledge, the know-how, and terrific communication skills. But if you're just out and about and you want to anchor in a location that you find attractive and you want to have a picnic or you want to do some fishing, we'll just use 1 single anchor. And before you even get to your anchorage, what are your weather conditions? What's the wind direction? Which way is the current coming from? Because those are the 2 factors you have to really consider prior to anchoring. So right now I'm in 6 feet of water. I'll let out, say, 20 feet of line, and that should be plenty of line to let out. And then even before you get to your anchorage, all of your preparation needs to take place. Everything from setting up your anchor to the deployment spot, putting out a little line, some chain, making sure that when you go to deploy it, your feet aren't wrapped up in the lines, and if anybody else is on board helping you, that you've given them very explicit instructions on what to do so that it goes smoothly. Once the anchor goes out and digs into the bottom, we were drifting sideways for a little bit, and once it catches and starts to hold, the bow will come to into the wind and the current, and that's called brought to and holding. And in my example, I have a point of land right here that I'm watching, and I have a red and white structure here on my left that I'm watching, and those are my reference points to see if I'm drifting or not. Okay, so here we are, we're done with our anchorage, and we're going to now retrieve the anchor and the anchor line, and I'm here with Noelle this afternoon. She's going to be my operator at the steering helm and the throttles. I'm going to give her the direction which way the anchor line is tending. And so to take some of that tension off, she's just going to clutch in, neutral, very controlled acceleration. And I'll keep giving her directions if they change so she knows which way the line is tending. And then once we see chain, I'll let her know I see chain, and that's an indication that the anchor is almost off the bottom. And then once it's off the bottom and I can see it under the water surface, I'll let her know I have the anchor in sight, and then we'll just casually maneuver out of the anchorage. Okay, and that's it. That's a simple how-to to anchor. You can see that it's not very complicated. With some good communication skills and some preparation beforehand, you can find a beautiful spot, drop the hook, and relax. This is why we make it simple and easy, and we look forward to seeing you out on the water on your anchorage. And be sure to like and subscribe.